We're shooting this to give you guys a new message for 2025. Just some of the reflection of 2024, some things to look forward to, some things to do for 2025. One of the main things is, and I'm going to lead this off as basically saying that if you believe in God and yourself, then you would basically. So that's kind of where the whole context of all this is coming from. So first of all, we're going to talk about some things that we have going on in 2025. So we're launching a real estate program where we're going to be teaching people how to flip houses. It's going to be a network. We're going to have investors involved. So it's going to be great. We'll have more information for you all in the coming year. So it's definitely something to check out. And on the podcast here in the next several episodes, we're going to start doing some real estate training. We're going to start more talking about real estate and investing. Some people are asking, is it a good time? Is it a bad time? So on and so forth. So we're going to get into that, give you guys some of that. That's going to be some free knowledge that you can take home with you that you can use. And then, if it's something that really sparks your interest, like I said, we have a program where you can sign in with us and learn about investing in real estate and also be a part of a group of investors. Okay, so that basically covers all of that type of stuff. So, do you believe in God? F, and yourself? F. So first, I'm gonna start off with if you voted for Trump, right? We know this man. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. All that's irrelevant, really, right? So, I was just reading some article the other day in Bloomberg. It was just talking about his next office or his next 4 years that he's going to be doing outside of the last 4 years that he did. And they talked a lot about his character, right? So a lot of people that I know, especially in the business world, they want to vote for Trump because he caters more to business, which is fine, right? But at the same time, do you believe in God, or do you believe in a person that's going to be able to set a path for you to be financially rich, right? Do you believe in yourself? So I think a lot of times we rely too much on other people, right? We think, oh, business people think he's gonna save the economy, and create better businesses. The real estate market, all these markets are gonna go up because Trump's in office. And you got people on the other side that think the world's ending. And both sides, you're wrong, right? Because really, what you should be relying on is yourself, right? You should be relying on yourself and God, right? So if you believe that one man can change the outcome of your life, you need to really look in the mirror. And that's what we're going to be doing this year in 2025. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, it doesn't matter, this person, that person in office, this situation, economy good, economy bad, goods expensive, not expensive. I know it all plays a small part, but if you have belief, then you know that you can overcome all of that, right? It's not the end of the world. This world's not over. You wake up every day, you can breathe. So every day is an opportunity for you to succeed. So 2025, have that mindset. It doesn't matter about people or other people. It doesn't matter about the economy. It doesn't matter about the cost of goods. All those things don't matter if you're really trying to be successful, because those will just become excuses. They become crutches for you not to become successful, right? And that's what a lot of people they're waiting on somebody to come down and save them one way or the other, right? You got, like I said, you got people on one side that say Republican, they're waiting for him to save them, and you got Democrats, they're waiting for another Democrat to save them, or vice versa. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, we need to have more faith in our community, especially more faith in God. Doesn't matter what religion you are. You have to have more faith in God and more faith in yourself, because with those two things, you can do anything and nobody can stop you from doing it. President, whoever, nobody can stop you from doing what you want to accomplish if you believe in those two things. You believe in God, you believe in yourself. You can make it happen. Now, does that mean it may be harder? You might have to adapt. You might have to adjust. Yes, those things they're always relevant. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Those things are always relevant, but you can still succeed based on yourself and your own belief. So that's one thing that I want to get into. Also, a lot of times people, they're afraid of investing, or they're afraid to start their own business, although they've been talking about starting their own business a long time. So again, do you believe in God and do you believe in yourself? Right? If you know that those two things are what control your success, then stop saying you're going to start a business. Stop saying you're going to invest in real estate. Do it, right? Just do it, and have that faith that it's going to work out. Now, will it always be nice and smooth and easy? No, it won't be. No business is. Life isn't that way. If you work a job every day, I don't care if you're a doctor, lawyer, a mechanic, whatever. Life is not that way, right? You're always going to have ups and downs. You're going to have hardships. That's how we were created. That's how we were built. to be able to endure those things. And I think a lot of times nowadays, in society, we've gotten soft. We're afraid to deal with issues. We're afraid to deal with hardships. So because of that, we don't fulfill our potential, right? And I'm speaking, to myself as well as all of you. We have to be willing to reach our potential. And then sometimes, like I said, we let other people or other situations get in the way of reaching that potential. So again, this year coming up, 2025, let's start reaching your potential. Let's start reaching your potential. All the things you've been saying that you wanted to do over the last several years, or maybe just this year, go ahead and start doing them. Take some little steps to doing them. Uh, Again, some of them you can do if you don't have a lot of resources, you don't have a lot of money. Some of them you can do that basically don't cost you anything. We're gonna start talking about books that you can read, networking events, so on and so forth. There's so many things you can do that don't cost you anything. So some people have the excuse, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. But all those again are just excuses, right? You can make time. You make time for what you want to make time for, and you, if it's a money thing, then start small where you don't have to invest a lot of money, but build up to that so you can get to that point where you have the money to invest, right? And that comes with saving, budgeting, doing different things like that. So again, believe in yourself and believe in God, right? And all those things are going to be able to take you to wherever you think you want to go, or wherever you want to go. And I think in our community, we talked a little bit about this before. A lot of people say, the current situation with the president, Trump's coming in, on the flip side, we're all devastated. We think the world's going to be over. It's going to be so hard for us. Again, do you believe in God and do you believe in yourself? Why is one man going to affect your whole outcome of life? Right. So we're all you go to our communities, you talk to some of the organizations, whether it's in business or just social or at the church, the mosque, or wherever you worship, and the feelings are just, oh well, it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, this person in office is going to make it hard for all of us. Come on, ain't nobody gonna make it hard for you but yourself, right? Again, do you believe in God? Do you believe in yourself? Now, does that mean it's going to take more work? It's going to take more effort if somebody is against you or not, basically helping your community out? Yes, but again, we wait too long in our community for somebody to come help us, right? We had President Obama, great president, great man, so on and so forth. Again, doesn't matter. I'm not speaking about politics necessarily as far as Republican or Democrat. I'm talking about the person's character, right? Now, did Obama do the best things for us? Not necessarily. Did Biden do the best things for us? Not necessarily. And in our community, it hasn't changed necessarily when those presidents came into office. We're still in the same position. We're amongst the bottoms of the barrel and owning houses and wealth and so on and so forth. So those things didn't change us. So why do you think a president will change your outcome, good or bad? It's not going to happen, right? But if you believe that so much and you fall into that and pray to that, all that verbiage and all of that, in my opinion, brainwashing. It's a way to divide us, right? It's a way to divide us, and that shouldn't be the case. And you voted for a person or people that have voted for Trump. Again, the man is immoral, right? And it's not about politics. I lean a lot of times toward Republicans. I'm a business owner, right? But I would never vote for a man that lacks moral character or moral belief, right? So we hold politics more important than we do, again, God, right? Because why? Because if you really necessarily believe in God, why would you vote for a man based on maybe he'll make your economy better, make your pocket better? That is the wrong way to believe. And unfortunately, a lot of us in the society nowadays, we believe that it's all about our situation, our money, what kind of cars we can buy, what kind of cars we can drive. That's why we don't work together. And that's also why we vote for a person that, if you read, all the past that he has, he's filed bankruptcy many times. He's had, 3, 4 wives, different children with all these wives. He's had lawsuits against him, sexual and all these type of things. How would you separate that? People say separate God from state from God. It's impossible. Why? God created state, right? God created the country. How do you separate it? You don't separate it. It's not separable. So people, when they talk to me like that, I don't really get into the argument with politics. Do what you want, vote how you want to vote, but just think about, before you make any decisions in life, think about God first and then yourself as far as belief. right? And then usually if you lead that way, and any decision you make, you'll make the right decision, right? You'll make the right decision. So again, when we're talking about, I know I'm coming a little strong with the God thing. We're not religious here. This is a business podcast talking about investing, but really it's about building our community. So, and this is why I'm touching the basis on this type of stuff. I believe that the current situation with everything that's going to be going on the next 4 years is actually going to benefit us. I think it's going to be a blessing. Why? Because I think we'll start working together, because obviously we see one person is strictly working against us, right? So I think that a lot of people will start in our community will start working together. We'll start waking up to realize that there is no savior, outside. There is no savior as a man. Like I said, do you believe in God? Do you believe in yourself? So, and we know that the odds are going to be against us. So what does that mean? Do we cry and complain and just let it happen? No, we step up, right? We do the things we want to do. We work together as a community, which we need to do anyways, to kind of build our own community, so we don't have to rely on other folks. We don't have to, be discouraged when some man gets in office that doesn't really care about us. It's really not anything new, right? This person is just more verbal about his beliefs, but they've always been there. You can go to any president that we've had in the last, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe outside of Obama, that they don't necessarily care about our community. They don't care about our community. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. They don't care about our community. This is why our community is still in the same place, because we're waiting for them to care about us. And it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen, right? For our community to be better situation and in this world, we need to step up and do it, right? Back in the day, after slavery and so on and so forth, our community, we owned businesses, we had our own economy, all those things. But then we started, assimilating to their beliefs. Oh, you have to go to college, you have to do this, you have to do that. We want you, work for you. We'll give you this nice big paycheck so you can buy a big house and a big car. And we fell prey to that. And that was just, it's basically, in my opinion, it's like a drug. Drugs basically dull your senses, and all these things that they basically we've assimilated to dulled our fight, the dog in us, if you would. And so we need to get that back. We need to get that business ownership, that community. We're looking out for each other. We need to get all those things back, right? And so going into 2025, we're going to see what happens, and we're going to have 3 or 4 years of situations that we have the opportunity to come together and build our community and not worry about what they're doing, right? And when I say they're doing, as far as politics and other people that don't necessarily want to see us succeed, right? Because they don't want to see us succeed. It's nothing new. Again, we fell into that, oh, everybody's lovey-dovey, and we're all working together, blah blah blah. And we saw over the last several years with some of the incidents with happening with the police and so on and so forth. That's not the case, right? Even if you go over other countries, they say, oh, we didn't know America was like that. We thought you guys were all working together, you're all happy go lucky. It's not. It's not like that, right? And if you're fooling yourself to think it is, then come on, you got to wake up. You got to wake up. Now, I'm not saying, to go out and be some racist and, I'm not saying all that. I'm saying take care of our community, right? Take care of what we need to take care of on our own, not waiting for somebody else to do it for us. So that's just some of the things I want to share. 2025, like I said, we got a lot of good things coming up. And again, I'm going to do my part to help my community. Now, I'm only one man. I can do so much. But I'm hoping with the voice that I have, podcast, other avenues that are places that I teach people or places that I sit, that I can help others, do their part as well. And that's the main theme of the house that Ross built. That's what we're here for. It's about, lifting our community up and sharing some things about investing, about business that we aren't always shared, that we weren't shared. And there's a reason for that. And obviously we know why the reason is, because they don't want us to be successful. All right. So 2025, have a happy new year, write down some goals, don't all these things. I'm not really necessarily trying to be negative. I'm trying to wake people up a little bit. So we don't have to have a negative mindset going into this new year. Again, it doesn't matter who the president is. Believe in God and believe in yourself, and that we can all succeed. Again, we'll see you guys in the new year, 2025. Happy New Year.